We decided to launch then. It was a good time to launch. We started off with a couple of stories on the day. What happened was, in the process we got... Oh, sorry. One of our followers, if you don't know, Stephen Fry, got interested in the festival story. Stephen Fry tweets as his fictional wife, who has 5 or 6 kids. He's one of our followers. You might know this gentleman. He's a lot more popular than Stephen Fry. He's an authorized user. He's one of our followers. He's interested in what we're creating because they're all writers and they like the fact that the audience participates in the creation process. How does it work? So it's pretty simple. You pick a hashtag for a story, and anybody can start a new story. You can go to twtrtales.com and suggest a new story. And pick a short, reasonably short hashtag so you can get more characters. You start with a tweet, and then other people can contribute to that story. So anybody, I could start a story, Kadar could, for example, contribute a continuation to it, and then people would vote on these possible continuations and take the same story in different directions, depending on what they like and what they don't like. We have no dislike button, and it turns out that people hate dislike. They dislike dislike. Just a small quirk. In stories, we usually have new paragraphs. These characters actually start a new paragraph, so you get a bit more space during the story. So you essentially get collaborative stories. Multiple people writing one single story, and depending on the votes and how they like it and where they want to take it, it could turn into anything. It could start as a fiction and turn into sci-fi and then drop in some romance. It's entirely up to the contributors and the audience. Where that could be used. Well, let's start with a bit of fun. You could use it like after work at 7 p.m., tweet a little bit, introduce yourself, maybe read some other people's stories. But better yet, you can use it as a team-building application. You can use it for education. You can use it as a playground. You can use it as an inspirational tool to get a sense of what people are interested in these days or how they like their stories. Or it is entirely up to you guys to decide how to use twtrtales.
2 minutes.
So let's try it. What we did was we started a story just at the start of DemoCamp. There you go. The story is little pygmies in Dubai with the biggest ideas to change the world converge in a majlis to get their stamp off. And that was the story. I'm just going to load that again. We got a couple of people from the audience to continue the story. And there you've got 2 continuations. You've got new ideas, so that was how the story continues. Little pygmies in Dubai with the biggest ideas to change the world, converge in a majlis to get their stamp off. New ideas that are ready to be shared with the Weird Wild Web by this innovative maverick tribe, says PK. I think it's a good continuation. I'm going to like it. But that's essentially how it works. You like it. I'm going to carry on because we might run out of time, so all that you do is like it. It's essentially a retweet, and based on the votes that PK gets and the other continuations, his story after an allotted time gets added to the story, and so on and so forth. Where are we going to take this? We're going to make it more compatible with different mobile operating systems. We know that it doesn't work very well with the BlackBerry. With the iPhone, we have started to use the Google web fonts, so there's an issue there that we need to solve. However, you don't need to be on the website to use this tool. You can use it from your existing Twitter application. We're going to introduce this in multiple languages. We've got interest in Arabic to do this. So we're going to do that. We're going to explore multiple languages. We're going to also introduce writer profiles. So each one of you contributing will have a profile on there of how your contributions have been, what kind of stories you've contributed to, how many contributions you've made. And this leads us to giving credits to everyone who's participated in the story. Imagine Foursquare badges, a similar game-like system for collaborative stories. What this finally leads to is e-books and books in print that have a credit list that's probably the longest in the world. You might have a Guinness Book of a short story book that has 200 different participants of different varying levels of credit. Why the heck are we doing this? Okay.
last minute.
Well, first of all, we all believe that everybody is creative. Maybe not everybody has a creative outlet or the skills to be creative. So some people are better with words, others are better with music, some people are painters, etc., etc. But everybody is creative. Everybody's got that gene that they can make something, including their opinions. That little like button that you press, that's an opinion. That's a creation as well. You need to think about it. You have to create it. It makes you creative. And if opinions weren't creative, we wouldn't have critics. Also, why the heck not? We could do it. It took us about a good 10 days to implement twtrtales, so we did it. All right? Guys, we seek your creative capital, so please take a look at twtrtales.com, join a story, start your own, like other people's contributions. Make your own stories. Make your own stories.